Okay, looks like the stream is up and running. I'm just going to share this with a few. I'm just going to share this first, then we will proceed. Give me a second on that one. Yeah, it usually takes a while. Still have to do this part manually. But it could be worse. Just give me a second. Yeah, normally this is where they would have this pop-up screen with the countdown timer or like a please stand by where we're waiting for stuff. I'm still kind of not high-tech enough to do that quite yet. I'll probably consider investing in that in the future, but for the time being, it's Premier Draft. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Last week it was Tribal. This week it's Fatal Flashback. So this time the main focus is on spells with Flashback. Primarily, I think the two spells that everyone are going to be looking for are Travel Preparations, and Lingering Souls. Those are the two main ones. Not sure if Burning Vengeance is in the set. I probably should have checked, but there should be a good amount of flashback spells for us to look for. Anyway, let's jump right in. I enjoyed Sealed with this one last time. That one was super interesting and all that. Probably should also set the bread aside so that it doesn't just keep soaking in the soup. So just give me a standby there. I can kind of eat this later for the time being. Then again, it looks like this one's gonna take a while to fill up. It does make sense. It's kinda at the same time as Arena Open. Anyway, here we got it ready, and here we go. Can I survive doing this 2 more weeks? We'll see. Let's hope we're able to do it that way. And probably should also take note of taking. Okay, so. First off, Handwear Battlements. This one's a bit awkward because the other half is also rare. Let's see. Got Fateless Looting, so if we want to get into Flashback train, what is the payoff card here? I think it's... I actually have no idea which one the payoff card is. It's gotta be one of these uncommons. I don't know which one it is. I could just take Geese's Bidding. It's probably the safest pick. I don't see any removal except for Bound by Moon Silver. This one probably is fine. I guess we could take the Bound by Moon Silver. Also, why can't I click on it? Yeah, we'll probably take this one. It is the only removal spell I can think of. Okay, thank goodness we were able to confirm that. I was concerned that there might be a glitch here somewhere. Anyway, there's Gnaw to the Bone, which is pretty meh for Flashback. So far, no real good payoffs for Flashback. We could just take Incendiary Flow again, which is fine. Abundant Maw is fine if we want to stick to white-black. Spectral Shepherd if we want to go white-blue for spirits. Yeah, it's a 2. Do I prioritize removal or do I prioritize this? Because this is any target, which is kind of a big deal. I think I do take this one. We'll worry about the creatures later. Speaking of creatures, there's an Assembled Alphas whenever it blocks or becomes blocked. So this one's a solid creature. Let's see. Kindly Stranger, so that's a Delirium payoff. Ruthless Disposal, very solid if we're in Madness, because that's a very solid removal spell. Here's the Scarecrow for mana fixing. I think we do take the alphas here. There are ways in black to just kill this outright, but this is very annoying if your opponent can't, so we're gonna hope onto that. Somehow. Maybe. Did I miss it by a week? Anyway, here's Mind's Dilation, which Yeah, this is not realistic. I would probably rather just take Certain Death, but there's a Reaper of Light Moonsilver, so this one is actually Fallen. This is actually Fallen Angel with a Delirium caveat. So, but it is in white, and I might rather take that over, say, Sigarden Priest or no. Sigarden Priest is fine. It's cheap. Ember Eye Wolf probably not so great here. I am concerned that we're taking a lot of expensive cards now. We really need to be on the lookout for cheap cards like, say, Topple Guys. Also, I might have to consider that we might not end up in white or red because it's kind of getting dried out really quickly. Mystic Retrieval, this one is definitely one of the flashback payoff spells, but we don't exactly have any that are quite good right now. So I'm actually not that incentivized. Topple Guys is actually quite fine. It's also quite aggro. I'll probably take that first. See what else we end up with. Stench Masquerade. That was very good. What last time? Cast. Curious Homunculus is actually quite good. Exultant Cultist is good if you have the large Eldrazi payoffs. Okay, Forbidden Alchemy is the flashback card here. And not so great this one. We could... Ironclad Slayer is fine, just... It's a good way to return Bound by Moon Silver, for example. We could also just take Garden Pilgrims, but we can wait on that. Also... There's a Foul Orchard. Make Mischief is probably fine. Ooh, black might be underpicked if we're getting Deadweight. Well, Bump of the Night's not so great. Deadweight is kind of good though. It's probably better than Make Mischief here, so I might actually just take this one. It's also another aura we can kind of get back with Ironclad Silver. Ironclad Slayer. Borrowed Grace, Lunar Mantle, all of these cards are, Yeah. None of these are very great. Probably... I really don't want to take Magnifying Glass, though it is kind of our only card draw right now. I'm just going to take it, but I'm not going to like it. It's so... Ooh! Okay, things are interesting. This is not supposed to wheel. Well, neither is Fateless Looting, but between these two, this one's probably the better one. Then again, this is more of a madness spell rather than... This is a madness spell, so we don't exactly have the discard outlet, but it's still fine even at full cost. Yeah, I'd rather take this one. We'll see if we can get into black. We might get into vampires again at this rate, but we are missing a lot. But we are missing the discard outlets now, so that might be a problem. It's still it is looking like a better alternative though. Liliana's Elite is also quite solid. Yeah, it looks like black is actually where we want to be in. So where do we drop out of? We could drop out of white. Okay, this one's a bit too expensive. I'll probably just take the Graph Rats. It's as much just as a cheap creature. Black red might be solid, I guess. We are probably going to end up taking the Devil's Play though here. This is super solid, this removal spell. It's shame that we're passing Fiery Temper and Incendiary Flow. But I think Devil's Play is actually quite fine as a take here. So white is looking like the weakest part. Well, red is also kind of... Red technically can function as a splash. Though this one, we're probably not going to flashback this card if we're splashing. We're definitely white-black at this point. So there's the plan. But definitely we could use... there are a lot of cards here that are quite replaceable. Reaper of Light Moonsilver is definitely replaceable here, I'd say. Topple Guys is all kind of replaceable, which is gonna be super awkward because considering that those are some of my only creatures right now. Steadfast Catar is fine. Fiendbinder is fine. Pyrehound might be the better bet. Conduit of Storms, it's fine. It's between Pyrehound and Conduit right now. I'm not super incentivized to take a white card here. And we're gonna take the Conduit of Storms because it's cheaper by one. Oh, Subjugator Angel would have been really good. I guess now we now take Olivia's Dragoon because it looks like white has sailed. So if white is now the splash, Reaper's gonna go, Topple Geist is gonna go. Ironclad Slayer probably goes too. So now we want to focus on as many. So Bump in the Night is actually quite okay now. Yeah, because it's a cheap sorcery and they are pretty fine. We probably want a Stone Quarry here, which is kind of bad, but it still hits our white if we need to. We might end up just abandoning white altogether. Yeah, actually, it looks like we're not really getting any good flashback payoffs here, so we might have to do another plan. Terrarian is gonna be on the plan as well, I suppose. We definitely have to. We definitely want to keep these two. It actually is a mini it's a mini synergy with Deadweight and Bound. Yeah, we now have enough Olivia's Dragoons. We want to look for other ways to discard cards. So all of a sudden, Gis's Bidding is good. Liliana's Elite is still fine. I probably would take this one first. Conduit, it helps the mana, I guess. This one actually might be a bit awkward. Yeah, we have one Gis's Bidding. The second one might not be so great. I'm kind of torn. I'll take the Liliana's Elite for now. That might not be correct. Graph Harvest. Okay, not so. I think we do take one Graph Harvest at least. This one's quite solid there. Oh, and we definitely have to take one Ruthless Disposal. We're gonna pass the Terrarian and the Blood Mad Vampire, sadly, but we want to at least solidify our removal here. Borrowed Malevolence is fine. Yeah, Gastaff Arsonist is super weak here. Yeah, we'll take the Malevolence. It's a cheap instant. Now we can take another Weirded Vampire. So Fateless Looting now gets a. Oh wow, we're also passing a Stormkirk Occultist. But I think we need to take at least one Fateless Looting first. Which means we are kind of overloaded on. So Bump in the Night actually can go here. Terrarian can we can take Terrarian for now as well. Hello? Sige. Oh, sige, I'll check. Okay, so. Ooh, okay. I like this. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to splash for that. And it's return target angel or human, so it's super limited. We might just take Gaia Reach Bandit. This one used to be a rare. Let's see, call the Bloodline, discard a card. This is actually another way to pay off, so we could take this as well. Oh wow, we actually have a lot of choices here. I might take the Call the Bloodline first. We're probably gonna now start cutting cards to streamline already. So we're definitely looking for either more madness or just more incendiary flow. I guess we can already cut white altogether. Alms is probably super weak for this one. I would probably rather have another incendiary flow. Olivia's Bloodsworn, it's fine. It's a better 2/1 flyer. If I was gonna splash, it probably would be for Anguish Unmaking. That's a solid removal spell. But I'm already considering not splashing at all. Now we'll take the 2/1 flyer. We're gonna go aggro again. Dusk Feaster. This spell costs 2 less, so it's a 5 mana 4/5. Otherwise, it's a 7 mana 4/5 flyer. Is it too expensive? Probably. Would I rather just have another deadweight or take a risk at this? I think we can just take another deadweight. Not so sure if that, but that's a great idea. We probably do want to take an abundant mod this time. Yeah, we're already way overloaded on non-creature spells, so we're gonna start cutting. Like Terrarian can still stay, but let's see. Call the Bloodline, Gavany Unhallowed. Oh, wow, we're passing a lot of good cards this time. I probably will still take another Olivia's Dragoon here over another Olivia's. We really need the outlets. Certain Death is now questionable here because it's just way too expensive. Rise from the Grave is fine. Macabre Waltz is actually something that I should have considered last time. We'll probably take one. I guess we could use some more creatures. That's probably the only reason I would take this. Yeah, so we need to decide if we're into zombies or if we're into vampires. Target opponent reveals their hand. Probably not. Just take the... But we need to be on the lookout for creatures now. 13 and 12 is way too poor. Even if we consider Gis's Bidding as a creature, well, we can make some adjustments, but not too much. Would I rather have another Rootless Disposal? This one's a bit hard to play. I think I'd rather have another Gis's Bidding, and even then I'm not so sure I would play it. Likewise, another Call the Bloodline's a bit awkward. I'll take at least one Alms. Yeah, all this talk of trying to go into Flashback, and we just ended up with the same deck as last week, more or less. We are missing some of the better bombs though, so that's something to keep in mind. So we just have to do a quick. We're just gonna have to do a quick look. See. Yeah, 9/8. I probably should try to. If I forget about this one, we should try to aim for a lot of black, little red. Yeah, we can go 10/7. And let's see. Let's do a sanity check. 1 instant, 3 enchantments, 1 artifact, 7 sorcery. So Delirium is easy to come by. Do we have any cards that care about Delirium anyway? I don't think so. Yeah, we don't. We can. Okay, so if we're ignoring Delirium, we can pitch the Borrowed Malevolence. We can probably pitch Terrarian as well, which is awkward because that's our card draw, but I'm fine pitching that. We can start it out like this. So we're 13 and 10, which is really 14 and 9 because of Gis's Bidding. So I guess we're kind of fine with this. Sorry if it's more of the same sorry if it's just more of the same, but that is how we're going right now. Anyway, also at the same time, I do need to check. Okay, so okay, this one's super awkward. At least we have Ghoulcaller's Accomplice to start, but we would need at least another land. So I'm gonna try risking it, but this might probably be one. Okay, not too punished. So we're probably gonna go Accomplice into Conduit. Accomplice into Conduit into Unhallowed. When some creatures die, we can start dropping elites. Okay, bound by Moonsilver. Okay, that's annoying, but it's kind of expected. We do have one sacrifice outlet, so it's not the worst. Does our opponent have lots of removal? That would be super annoying. I'm just gonna end up taking this because this at least gives me extra mana. Steadfast Guitar. Suspecting a combat trick. Well, we can deadweight, I guess. So I'm gonna swing first because this will give me mana anyway, which will set me up for Gavany Unhallowed next turn. The next turn we can at least drop one Lilianis. Technically we can flip this next turn. So it's a question, is the red mana more important than to me? Anyway, I'm still gonna take. It's not quite a big loss yet. So I'm definitely going to swing with these two. I won't get the red mana until next turn. We'll see. Opponent takes. So I can just do double elite. It's not likely our opponent has discard, so I'm probably just going to do that. So if any of these guys die, it will at least pump the Gavany Unhallowed. And I also have to remember to keep a card in hand. Yeah, lots of things to think over. Also need to turn off. Oh, opponent is holding back. Also remember this is not. Definitely has a combat trick. I want to see what it is. Oh no, he actually lets it go. We'll actually let that. Wait, this is sorcery speed, so no point. We'll just do it now. Opponent probably has. Yeah, anti. Oh. Well, it does feed that one, so at least we dealt damage first. Really waiting for our opponent to drop 2 cards, but I would not mind just. Oh, it's 2 target creatures each, so I'm actually gonna have to bin one of my own creatures if I'm going to. So our opponent better have something really good to take out. Opponent is tapping quite a bit of mana. Weird. More clues. Okay. It's not really looking good for our opponent if oh yeah, we also probably should have kept 1 land. We should have kept 1 land back because we are going to end up pitching a card to Ruthless Disposal. I would say our opponent only played 2 creatures, so not looking very good. White-green is normally a lot faster. This one is super slow. And now our opponent is also in super taut mode. Taut as in thinking, not the other taut. Okay, opponent goes for the Angelic Purge. They end up They end up sacking a land. Okay. Okay. And then we can just hardcast this. Opponent is now in clue cracking territory. Yeah, if they had opted to sack land, that means they would have had a lot of lands in hand. Steadfast Qatar again. Okay. Let's see if they have a pump spell. Strengthened Arms. It still trades, so it's not the worst thing to happen. Yeah, we're really just waiting for our opponent to play multiple creatures now. They are sacking a clue though. That is pretty much how green-white get their cards back, but man. Yeah. Maybe I should have gotten the second one of this. The incidental haste was actually key there. There we go. That's a pretty solid start. Okay, we're going to keep. Faithless Looting probably might be a bit awkward, but I am still kind of willing to do it turn one. I would end up probably pitching these two. I might even end up pitching these. We do get to draw cards first, so we have an idea what we keep. So since we know we can hit 4 mana, we probably keep Unhallowed. Ooh, this one's awkward. We definitely want to keep these two, so yeah, we pitch these two. So we're kind of reliant on Olivia's Dragoon turn 2. At least we have to... Which gives us Weirded Vampire turn 3. Unless our opponent has a response, we will just take. I should also check if... Okay, it's just a Field Creeper. Okay, you also got called the Bloodline. I guess one copy of it is fine. Oh, be very careful how you click on that one. You could easily decline it. So turn 4, Gavany Unhallowed, or Emergency Devil's Play. Playing Call the Bloodline is an option. Okay, opponent's playing. Yeah, let's get that out of there. And let's see. This feels super greedy. If I had to Gavany Unhallowed first, I probably would. Opponent has another Field Creeper. Oh my gosh, that feels so sad. Field Creeper is not the... It's like playing Goblin Piker. It's not good. So now I actually want to play Gavany Unhallowed and offer the swing. Because if they, let's say, double block the vampire, it just grows to Unhallowed, so I'm actually fine with that. And it still takes out 2 of their creatures. I am tempted. Faithless Looting is not tempting. I can easily pitch these 2. If I can hit the third mountain, that would be great also. It will enable, it will give me extra removal spell. Let's finally hit their 4th land. They definitely have something. So do we. Now I'm probably gonna still keep Call the Bloodline, because if I have to do Faithless Looting, I do want an extra card to pitch. Dark Salvation creates 1 zombie. Yeah, it's not looking good because we can Devil's Play, flash this back. Might as well full send. Yep, and there you go. Writing's on the wall there. I have no idea what happened. Our opponent missed a lot of land drops, and they were playing a 3-color deck. So I suspect what happened was they had all 3 colors of mana, but they had a lot of double spells. And the usual telltale sign for that is when people play an inordinate number of colorless cards, like the field creepers, which are horrible to say the least. Well, it's not absolute worst, but in a remastered set, it probably is. Its only purpose is to give you something that you can cast regardless of your mana. I still would not play it. Okay, this one is tempting to keep. This one's tempting to keep. We have turn to. Let's see if our opponent has a response to this, but like worst case scenario, I could just pitch Ghoul Caller's Accomplice and just start swinging. Okay, now we're starting to get punished a little bit. Probably gonna just play another Dragoon. Now this will be awkward if our opponent has well, Sever the Bloodline is 4 mana, but still something somewhat awkward. Conduit of Storms, okay. Now I wish I still have that red mana. Let's see if I can hit it. Ooh, not. Ooh, I feel. And if I want to trade, let's see, this is. Yeah, I need 1 more mana in order to trade one of my 2/2s for Abundant Maw. I would prefer to have Gavany Unhallowed first because I would get Sack Trigger. We'll see. We'll see. Weird opponent's forced to play Weirded Vampire. We will probably play the Gavany Unhallowed now. And offer the trade. Actually, it's not offer the trade. It's well, we are trading 1 creature for a 1/1 counter. Yeah, that gives me. So now we can go full Abundant Maw. We can probably take out the Ghoul Caller's Accomplice in doing so. We do still have some Madness cards, but we are at the point where we can cast them for at full cost anyway, so it's not, so we're not too tied to it. Madness is great for making your curve, but okay, let's see. They pitch an Alchemist Greeting, so Gavany Unhallowed's fine. Which card do they take out? That's fine. So thank you for the 4/6. we are actually close enough to paying this at full cost. But I'm actually gonna go for this now. Because there is an actual threat that our opponent has discard based on the colors they're running. Also, who doesn't want to threaten their opponent with a 5/7? Now, it's a shame we do have a second. Do we have a second incendiary flow? Because I know our opponent needs to start dropping multiple creatures. There's a garrison. Do they have the other half? Nope. Liliana's Elite, which is a 1/1 because they haven't been. No, because their one creature was exiled. So let's see. They can trade, but they're clearing their entire board for it. Well, I guess if everyone's dying anyway, that does make sense, I guess. Yeah, also of note is that some of their discard spells don't actually they don't actually just discard, it's kind of goes to exile, so it's worth just casting it. That was a good board clear, if anything. Insatiable Gorgers. Opponent needs to have a burn spell, or no, they don't. They're dead. It was supposed to be Flashback week, but I ended up just playing Vampires and Madness again. Well, some things never change. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay, unfortunately, this one we do have to mulligan. We can't just keep. We could keep the last one because we know it was all black cards here. We would only be able to play deadweight. Yeah, this one's much more keepable. We will have to bid this, but we're going for the super aggro start. If our opponent doesn't have a turn 1 play, but that's fine. We probably go turn 2 Dragoon. Yeah, we go turn 2 Dragoon. Then we can go turn 3 Bloodsworn Deadweight. Let's see what our opponent's follow-up is. They could just they're just activating it to draw a card. Well, it's better than draw a card, so to speak. Though, if that's what they're drawing, that's not much of a draw. Unfortunately, the flip is kind of bad. Wait, not really. I have to do this because when it dies anyway, but let's see if our opponent realizes that. No, they didn't realize it. They should have blocked. Yeah, they missed that bit of interaction where it was gonna die anyway. So we got 2 free damage. Nice. Briar Bridge Patrol. Yeah, we were gonna pitch that anyway, so we might as well. free 4 damage. We might just end up taking damage from this one. Well, it depends. If they play their cards out, I might hold. I really wish this was the one with flashback, but I'll take the one with. I'll take the one with madness. We were able to play it after all. Steadfast Qatar. Okay. We're not. I guess we're not attacking. Oh, this could easily be travel prep. So, do I give them the clue? Yeah, I'd say we give them the clue. They might easily have a pump spell. Yeah, but it still takes it out. So it is what. So that's fine. Oh wow, the madness. Opponent might be tempted, might block it after all. So yeah, Liliana's Elite's not turning out to be a very solid card here. Our concern now is if our opponent has a really big creature. But we are clearing their board and getting them like, okay, 1 for 1. Okay, technically, yeah, that one's kind of a 1 for 1. We got free damage. We took two. It took 2 of their cards to take out 1 of our cards. Opponent is actually drawing cards now. Another Briar Bridge Patrol. We can go Macabre Waltz. Unfortunately, we're missing 1 mana. And we're only getting 1 creature card back anyway, so... So let's see. The plan is to pitch Liliana's Elite. This is still sorcery speed, so no big shenanigans there. Ideally, I can draw 1 more mana. Clear shot's fine. Though that is an annoying synergy. So we're taking 4. Opponent might be able. Actually, it means we do. It means we can grab multiple cards now. I still want to hit. Okay, we did it. We did it. Still not quite out of the woods yet, but knowing that they did have Bruna. They could. My pick would. Oh, they're going for a Briar Bridge Patrol again. So yeah, this is gonna be awkward. We know that our big spell is in the bottom. So yeah, we might just lose to the rare. Do I want to give them another clue? I might have to because it's going to. I might have to because one, I need to power up the Elite anyway. 2, it's gonna just get eaten by Bruna unless they start attacking carelessly. Okay, Fateless Looting. That's fine. We kind of need to start drawing into stuff. So let's see. 5 mana lets me cast these 2, but I have to. But I won't be able to do that because I need to pitch those 2 anyway. This is probably the weakest of the bunch, so I guess we pitch these 2. Does this have vigilance? Oh, it has vigilance too. Yikes. I guess we could auto concede here only because I know I binned my one reliable kill spell on the bottom. Alternately, we can hope to hit Devil's Play, which skips that, and our incendiary flows. We haven't cast any of them yet, so we could try to get our opponent that way, I guess. Okay, opponent not too greedy though. Yeah, we might have been the one that gave our opponent this card. So, Biter makes it worse too. So there's a Gavany Unhallowed, which the problem is really Bruna. We're not getting past it anytime soon. We're probably better off just recasting Faithless Looting, see what else we hit. Abundant Maw doesn't really get past it, but it does drain some life. So let's see. 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I definitely don't want to... Definitely want to pitch this. Do I just want to pitch another creature? Yeah, we're not casting the land anyway. And we can even just cast this to discard the card. Because we're literally just trying to buy ourselves a little time. Yeah, but our opponent drew into a lot of stuff, and it was literally just won by rares, so I can't complain too. Who's it? What do you mean I can't complain too much? I'm gonna complain to hype. I'm gonna keep complaining. I guess if I pitch enough creatures, I can get this going, but that's super unlikely. Like, I could pitch this to give this flying and give us a blocker, but... yeah, it's kind of game over though. We're gonna concede this one. Our opponent takes out one blocker. There is a chance our opponent messes up, but it's super unlikely. And we still would not have an answer to Bruna, so... yeah, that might be a bit premature, but I personally kind of lost most hope on that one. So we'll take our loss. That's fine. It's not the worst thing to happen. It does beg that question of putting certain death back. But I find that quite unlikely. It does make Bump in the Night actually quite good though. Yeah, like, but let's take note. We have Faithless Looting, Call the Bloodline, Macabre Waltz, 1, 2, 3, 6 Dragoons, so that's plenty of discard outlets. We probably could... I'm gonna do a swap out. I'm gonna try testing Graph Harvest instead, only because we have way too many Madness outlets, and we have way too many discard outlets and not that many Madness cards. We'll see if and we do have enough zombies to merit the menace. Yeah, even at 10-7, it's still possible to get hands like this. You just have to mull it. Okay, this one is better. So Dragoons into Vampire. I'm gonna have to bin Ruthless Disposal again, and we're probably gonna lose because of it again. Oh well, we're just gonna do it again. Cause I'm a sucker for punishment. Opponent has Vessel of Nascency. Okay, solid opening. If our opponent's plan is just to pitch Vessel, then so be it. Now, I could still do this at instant speed, so we're gonna hold. Opponent's probably just gonna sack the Vessel. So that just gets and that actually gets multiple cards in their yard, so... Ooh, which one did they keep? They kept the Angel. They do have Delirium now, but that it is what it is. Conduit of Storms, yeah, sure. Unfortunately, we have only one black mana. I'm still gonna just swing with the Weirded Vampire and just cast Gavany Unhallowed. It is awkward because it means we are giving our opponent the ability to just transform this. Nope, they're not gonna transform it. It's just... But that gives us a free deadweight. Oh my gosh. Well, they're not dead yet next turn. And if they have enough mana, the Flameblade Angel becomes a problem. So here comes the trick. I could just swing all of these guys at them. Yeah, we're just basically pitching one, but gives ourselves a large enough Gavany Unhallowed. Opponent does go for the Flameblade Angel, so we're not flying over anymore. Yeah. We got another Olivia's Dragoon. We also have just one creature in the yard, so I am guaranteed to hit for 2, and this one hits the controller, so yeah, we lose these 2. Not great. Better bet is just to lose these 2. Opponent's expecting a combat trick, though it's really just to pump the Gavany Unhallowed. So that makes us 3/3. Hinterland Logger, so opponent is now finally unloading their hand. Heirloom makes it a 6/5, so okay, got another elite. We do have to cast this one to keep it from transforming, so we're gonna leave it at that. Now we can only... Opponent might just... Yeah, opponent might just, yep, just gonna let them transform. So, not attacking on the ground anymore. Ooh. Do I pitch This is a 9/8 for a strike menace. I could pitch these two to give these two flying. Gets through for 2. So now it's a sanity test. Can we survive? We're taking 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, opponent just moves it. Okay, can't cast assembled alphas. Yeah, we might... Man, are we just losing to angels? Can't be helped. Opponent cannot really swing with the angel because I then just fly over. Yeah, so them equipping it to that was a mistake. Equipping it to this one makes more sense. Yeah, first strike trample. I can still block with these two. My first strike takes that out. And I then take... Opponent moves it back. There's probably a world where I just took the damage. Yeah, because even this is a 7/7. It'll have to at least be an 8/8. Now that said, I can get it to an 8/8 just in one turn. Opponent does have incendiary flow. It will exile it, so I'll still be left with a 7/7. I'm probably still gonna keep it though, because there's a chance for me to cast it, but I'm now taking 13. 14, 15, 16. Actually, we're dead. Let's see if our opponent sees it. Yeah, he saw it. Like, I can't block this, I can't block this. I'm forced to block this, and I take the 1 extra damage. Yep. Once again, stymied by rares. What? If our opponents did not have rares, we would be winning. Actually, it's more of if we don't have to keep binning our big removal spell, we would have a chance to win too. But well, that one didn't turn out so well. But well, but hey, it's the same deck. We got the same results. Can we complain about it? Yeah, I can complain about it. Do I want to complain very hard about it? Maybe not, but we'll see. Okay, finally a hand where we don't have to discard anything, but we are stuck with a bunch of 1/1s. Opponent mult, so that's a good start. So we got turn to incendiary. We got turn to incendiary flow. Turn 3 elite. Turn 4 elite. Could be better. I guess turn 1 Devil's Play is also not bad because it saves us. It gives us the more mana intense. It gives us the more efficient removal spell later. Yeah, this one's very sad. That one is also kind of sad, but so is our lack of other creatures. Yeah, we might be losing this game. Let's see, maybe our opponent has a removal spell. Not the worst outcomes, just the saddest. Oh, there may... Well, at least I can't... We do have to remember that we still need to keep a card in hand, so let's keep that in mind. Opponent might also just have a pump spell for this, but then I can offer this weirded vampire. No, they're just taking it. I guess that means that they have a lot of incidental investigate, which is going to be really bad news for us. I will take the one though. Yeah. I'm gonna have a lot of incidental investigate. Yeah, I'm playing this one out because, well, not like it wasn't like I was gonna have something to remove anyway. Feeling of Dread, tap 2. Yeah, just attack with the third one because we're not blocking anyway. Opponent's probably just gonna keep drawing a lot of cards out. Again, we have to remember we need to keep one land. Well, we need to keep one card in hand because we're probably gonna have to rootless disposal something. Sigarda Heron's Grace is a very good one. This is awkward. But we have to do it. And let's see, I sacrifice this. We'll end up with 3 trees no matter what. Yeah, unfortunately don't have the mana, so it ends up in the R2. Yeah, the madness part was slightly awkward. Not that this way it is. Opponent really needs to dump a creature. We need to hit another red. Maybe we should put Terrarian in after all. Let's see if we actually do get a chance to do that. Yeah, but we really should not be disposing rootless disposal anymore. We did it twice. It was our downfall. Never again. Though we might not get another chance for that. I'll probably still try to swing first. Our opponent's probably just going to go Feeling of Dread. That's fine. Opponent's going to start cracking clues. Yeah, they need to hit a good creature here. Well, we need... Let's see, one more red mana will unlock our Devil's Play. Yeah, maybe we got too greedy with the Town Gossip Monger. That's fine. That's sad. Now our opponent could just eat one of the zombies. Nope, they're going for the trade. Yeah, let's play this. I'm wondering if our opponent has a... What are the board wipes here? Wharf Infiltrator is not it. Uvenwald Mysteries is not it. Ingenious Scab is quite nice. And yeah, opponent concedes. Our opponent got way too cute with Investigate. It's actually quite cool. If it worked, it would have worked. But our opponent had a lot of cards that did not really do anything to the board otherwise. Investigate is not free. It eats a lot of tempo. Anyway, yeah, I'm so tempted to rejigger the deck a little bit, but primarily just for certain death. Actually, bumping the knights also something I would consider maybe. Like there is an argument for say, cut. No, if I were going to cut Conduit of Storms, it would be for an actual creature. Grafnats is not going to make the cut. I might try to. I probably would have tried to fit Merciless Resolve. But otherwise, nothing that spectacular I can think of. Okay, this one again, we probably have to mull this one. If our only play is dead weight, and we would need to hit multiple cards to make this work, that's a no. This one we are willing to keep. I actually might bend the Fateless Looting here. Which is weird, but hear me out. We can deadweight whatever their 2-drop is. Yeah, perfect. The Accomplice would have been nice. In fact, it's probably still playable. Looping Prototype, so this is actually very good in red-green because it gives our opponent a very solid target for say Rabbit Bite and all those stuff. Yeah, they had their own incendiary flow. That's sad. A little sad, but we'll just play the Weirded Vampire. Yeah, Rabbit Bite is going to be a big issue here. Thankfully, it's attack and unless a player, so we have to be careful not to empty out because that makes this live. Howlpack Wolf. Let's play this one first. Again, be careful not to empty our hand out. This checks both players. Also means we want to sandbag a few lands as well. So this one can't block it, this one can. We're probably never gonna block. Opponent probably blocks that one, that makes sense. Play the Elite. We're actually not in a very good position. Our opponent could just land some of the larger vampires, werewolves, and then we're done. It doesn't actually have to be werewolves, just regular wolves would do it. And we are now in the position where we're forced to pitch a card every time we want to swing. But that we will do. Yeah, it's also a good thing we don't have. Opponent goes for the Incendiary Flow. Yeah, Incendiary Flow really wrecks Liliana's Elite. It drops its stock quite a lot. I'm surprised they are swinging since we can still swing back. Also, But yeah, if this is a race, we're probably gonna lose it. We are gonna need to hit our removal spell. Oh, Macaw Bolts is fine. Wait, do we have anything to get back? In a weird way, we do. Not the best use of it, but our opponent has been exiling our creature, so kind of not in a great place for that. Yep. At least we got them to use it. That's actually quite a bit of removal. Yeah, we're gonna lose. You're definitely gonna lose this race. And yeah, we'll probably. Oh, there's Dragoon this time, so. Now, if they have a kill spell, that's it. But honestly, we were so far. We were quite behind ever since we did not land a removal for this. Yeah, Moonlight Hunt. That should do it. Yeah, also a reminder that a lot of the cards have actually increased in power quite a lot, mostly because there's a lot of rarity drops. A lot of these cards used to be uncommon, they're now common, or even rarest commons are a part of it. But hey, 4 wins, it's not the best result, but considering we never really got, the only rare we actually got to play was the Devil's Play, I can't complain too much. It's actually not too bad. That's going to be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications, and whatnot. Yeah, we're going to be doing even more Shadows over Innistrad Remastered. Really, really enjoying the set for what it is. I would like to try something different for once, but let's see. There's the Gisela. Yeah, the Bruna we passed was a bit unfortunate, but hey, it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Do take care. And what is this last card? Hey, Yoda. Not so bad. Oh well, we'll take it. Have a great day, everyone.